Hi there, here is Christina from Changing Parenting, and today I want to talk about what people call potty training. I really don't like this term because I don't think children are like puppies that need to be trained. I think it's the job of a parent to help children through the process of leaving diapers when they are ready to do so, and it's not something you force on children. This is my belief personally, but again, as in all my videos, I don't want this to be about my personal opinions, but about science. So this is what science says about potty training. So first of all, science shows that the age that people, potty train their children varies a lot throughout cultures. And it's not the fact that in some cultures, people start potty training, for instance, already in infancy with things like elimination communication. Like there are many societies where they don't use diapers. Whereas in other societies, children typically use diapers up to 3-4 years old. These differences are not related to the child developmental stage or the fact that ones are better parents than others, but they are due to cultural norms. So studies show that all this thing of like children have to be potty trained by this age, it depends on the culture you live in. So it's a cultural idea, a cultural norm. It's not about the child, and it should be about the child because all children are different. And I can guarantee you, your child will not go to college wearing diapers unless they have, of course, a developmental delay. But a normal child, well, don't like the word normal, but a child that is developing, regularly, that if your pediatrician doesn't say there's anything, concerning about your child's development, this means that your child will not go to college wearing diapers. So you don't force. I really hate this idea of milestones. I think we got so caught up on milestones ever since the child is born, right? There's all these apps of like how to help your child start crawling, how to help your child start walking. They will do these things when they are ready, right? And we shouldn't pressure our children. We should support their readiness in the sense of, allowing them to make that choice when they are ready. But it's not a competition. Your child's development is not a competition, and it's not a reflection on how good or bad a parent you are. And I just saw a video, and this is all because I just saw a video of a mother, and I find it awful when moms judge other moms. And there was this mom saying that she blames parents when children over the age of 2 are wearing diapers. And I wanted to make this video based on science, not my opinion. So here we are. So again, it's about cultural norms. The typical age range, and again, this is typical, which means it's the average. There are children that will be earlier and children that will be later. That's why it's an average, right? But the American Academy of Pediatrics says that most children are ready to leave their diapers between the ages of 2 and 4. But again, depends on the society, right? So for instance, the Canadian Pediatric Society says that most children will be fully out of diapers around the ages of 5 or 6. And if you probably would go and check a study in some country, I don't know, some more in Asian country probably, then probably it would be different also, right? So again, it's a social construct. And it should be about when is your child ready to do so. And your child will show signs of readiness. And I have many videos on potty training, so feel free to check those. And again, I don't call it potty training because I don't like that word, but I'm saying that because it's what people, recognize. So studies show that readiness, not age, is key. So your child is ready to leave diapers when they are developmentally ready for it, not when they reach a certain age. So studies show that key signs that show your child is starting to get ready to leave their diapers is being interested in going to the toilet, being aware that the diaper is wet or dirty and asking to be changed, being able to stay dry for longer periods or like hold until they, for instance, if you're at the pool and your child's like, I have to pee, like these are all signs that they are starting to be ready to leave the diapers. It doesn't mean that they will leave their diapers. It means that they are starting, right? And again, I even don't think that you should be worried about that, because again, your child will not go to college wearing diapers. They will leave diapers when they are ready. And why you shouldn't pressure your child? Studies show that early pressure, when you pressure a child to leave their diapers before they are ready, this is linked to an increased risk of constipation, withholding, and anxiety right around going to the toilet. There's a study that shows that forcing a child to leave their diapers is linked to higher rates or the functional elimination when you are rushing their leaving their diapers. Another study shows that training after your child is ready, so helping your child leave diapers after they tell you they want to leave diapers, leads to much fewer problems, and it's much easier for children to leave diapers than when you do it before they are ready, when you're forcing them, sit here in the toilet, sit here in the potty, you stay here until something comes out, right? It's really also about teaching autonomy over your own body. And I think that this is a really key concept. You don't force your child to eliminate, you have no control over your child's bodily functions. Your child is in control of their body, and they should always be in control of their body. They should never feel like someone is forcing things on them. And, this applies to everything, right? And here's what studies show. Children who feel a sense of control over their bodies develop stronger self-regulation and emotional security. These are studies showing. Autonomy, supportive parenting, which means, you leave the diaper when you're ready to leave the diaper, is linked to higher intrinsic motivation and confidence. So your child should determine when they don't want to wear diapers, right? This doesn't mean you cannot ask them. You cannot say, for instance, when you're in the toilet and they are like, oh, mommy, why are you in the toilet? You say like, me, daddy, like everyone, or most people, like the older people, we all sit down in the toilet to pee and poop. And you can also do it whenever you want. Look, there is a toilet seat for you that is smaller. You can sit here. There's this bench for you to sit better. You can have potties that are fun for them, shaped like a car, shaped like a toilet that flushes. There's 3 million different things nowadays. And you can have all these things to make it fun for them to want. So your job is to make them want to leave the diapers, but not really make. I think make was also not a good expression. More like to help them when they are ready to have the tools to be able to do so, right? The same way you can always say in the summer, look, it's very hot. With the diaper, you're very hot. If you want, you can be without a diaper. You can buy them underwear and be like, oh, look, this is Superman underwear. That's so cool, You can give them the tools so that when they are ready, they will do it. But what you should not do is say, come and sit here and stay seated here until something comes out. Because that means you are in control of their bodily functions, which you are not, right? And as I said, I promise you, they will not go to the university wearing diapers.